I would like to thank fellow CollectionDX reviewer NecroDave for giving me the monstrosity that is called Robotic Aeroplane. And if you want to see more of this wonderful box, please check out the text review. Alright, so let's get to the figure itself. This thing is actually kind of interesting. This is a large battery-operated, well, they call it an E3 on the box, a Grumman E3, which we know that's wrong. So, it's a big plastic plane thingy with a single swing-out die-cast landing gear. He's big and chunky, kind of wonderful looking. Again, I think this is more of an E2 tail, E2 Hawkeye tail, but you know what, given the big cartoony rockets on the tail fins, I don't think they were going for accuracy. So, battery operated, you know what this guy does? He actually moves, and you can kind of tell by the wings there. So, we look underneath, and oh, there's a face. Just a switch here. If you want him to go forward, you flip it this way. And if you want to go backwards, you flip it this way. Now watch, there's a cool thing that happens when you flip the other way. I'll start them right here. So as you can see, the front actually lights up, but it only does it when it's going backwards. Anyways, so let's transform this guy, because he's kind of got some interesting bits to him. This looks very familiar, doesn't it? And we'll get to that in a little bit, this particular landing gear and other bits of him. Stick that back in there. Take this part off. Do that. That's the very simple part of the step. Flip up the wings here. Pull these out. Move the arms out like that. Push forward the fists. I don't know what you're thinking. These look awfully familiar. Alright, you're supposed to angle these back 15 degrees, because, you know, just as far as they go. But it does specifically say 15 degrees on the instructions. Alright. And you can just stick a big chest plate on the front there. Of the holographic sticker right there. And give him this axe. And this radome here actually becomes a shield, which is kind of cool. Reminds me a little bit of Dark of the Moon Air Raid here, because he had this shield thing. Yeah, this is a lot more authentic, but you know what? This guy's kind of charming. Anyway, actually, here's a cool thing. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it actually does say, made by Typhoon, patent pending. So yeah, they're going to patent this thing. Made in 1984. This is an old toy. This is right at the beginning of Transformers Mania. Okay, so you've probably noticed already, this guy's huge. He's like over a foot tall. And these arms, very suspicious. Look kind of familiar. That's because they are quite literally just the arms from an old Takatoka, well, this is the Bandai reissue, VF1 Valkyrie. Look at that, it's the exact same thing. All they did was they kind of chopped off part of the shoulder there. But that's not all. And oh yeah, also I said the landing gear, that's basically just the landing gear straight from one of these guys. But also, this is actually kind of fascinating. So, when we look here, this back plate, or these two halves right here, are just this. Kind of remolded and stuck in the middle, or stuck on either end of this big part right here. So that's very interesting, I think, because they actually reused the wings, but the wings are going the other way. Now, I don't know if you can see this very clearly on camera, but these wings, because this is upside down or backwards, have actually been put on backwards, but they've been remolded so they have little extensions that make them look right going this way. But things like these tiny little trapezoid details are still present on the mold, and also some of the little details like the flaps here, little indents here are also present. So yeah, this guy is part Takatoka Valkyrie, even though he really doesn't look it. So yeah, that's really interesting. Kind of speaks to how ubiquitous the Takatoka Valkyrie was back then. Again, over 1 million sold. So anyway, this guy does in fact walk in this mode. And if you flip the switch this way, which was for forward as an airplane, he actually will walk backwards very, very slowly. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And if you flip it this way, he'll walk forwards, and of course this little thing on the back will light up, but you can't actually see it from the front. I have to wonder, was this supposed to like light up both ways or just one way? I don't know. This guy's old, but he still works pretty well. So watch. Let's see if we can get him to walk. Yep, he walks. He lives, he walks, he conquers. Now here's the funny thing. If you flip these around, you can get him to hop. Yeah, I just kind of mess with the tail fins. He kind of hops a bit more. Anyway, so that's an interesting item. Yeah, he still works pretty well. So yeah, this is a Robotic Aeroplane with his absolutely terrifying face. It's very Machine Robo GoBots-esque. I don't know if it's actually taken from anything. I don't think it is. Yeah, I kind of wish I could show you guys like a race between my other walking, moving jet robot. This is Changing Robot. I reviewed him a while ago. Sadly, he doesn't work anymore. I don't think he has batteries now. Doesn't have batteries, doesn't work anymore. So yeah, this has been an interesting item. Again, thanks to NecroDave for giving it to me. I hope I shed some light about some of the weirder parts of it. Yeah, this is just crazy. I wonder how easy it is to find these things, but cool, crazy, amazing walking robot. Let's see him walk again. Come on. Look at that. That's wonderful. That doesn't quite walk straight. Yeah, you can see it's just these little thingies on the bottom to make him walk. Alright, anyway, so this has been another interesting review for CollectionDX.com. Check out more, because I'm always finding some weird-ass toys. Again, thanks, NecroDave.